There is a main problem in defending that a lot of FC players face. Keeping the team shape. This is the most difficult skill in fc26 because it demands real control in defensive transitions. So in this, players who struggle with defending have split into 3 parts. The first group are players who get cooked because they don't know really what to do. They don't know which player to switch on, which means they lose the defensive line. Then the second group are those players who only switch to one player and chase the ball over the pitch. It's annoying, but in this video I will show you its downsides and some good advantages using real in-game situations I deal with them. Then the third group, those who know what to do. They manage to keep their defense shape solid and keep their defense compact and hard to penetrate like a proper block. If you want to understand how it's done, just be attentive. Need coins? Go to u7buy.com for the cheapest fc26 coins. With over 40,000 positive reviews, trusted by top fc25 creators worldwide, it's the best place to upgrade your team. Use code DRFC at checkout for an extra 8% off. Don't miss out. The website also has a boosting business, and you can also use discount codes to get discounts. Need coins? U7buy is your best choice, with code DRFC for 8% off today. So these 3 groups. The first group are those players who still don't know what to do when defending. They switch players, but instead they don't know when to switch and when not to switch to their back 4. And when they switch to their center backs, they get cooked. So they keep on pulling defenders out of positions, which destroys their backline integrity. Like here, the opponent should have kept on applying pressure with this midfielder, but instead he switched, rushed, and got cooked, which is a classic panic switch moment I see from beginners. This group main problem is when to switch to back 4 and when not. Then the second group. These are players who realize they can't control the defense shape, so they decided not to switch at all. They only select one midfielder and be chasing the ball all over the pitch. This group decided their own path. They don't play the game to enjoy, they just ret. So instead of risking to switch to any closest defender around the ball, or switch to apply pressure, out of fear of making mistakes with either player positioning, switching, or mistiming tackles, they let the AI keep control of the positioning of other players. They know you can't just dribble past the AI easily. But the downside of this is that it doesn't work on the highest level, especially against opponents who attack very fast. When the opponent understands what to do, this type of defending can't work against him. To deal with it as an attacker, these are bonus tips, by the way. 1, you have to trigger runs a lot, since the opponent is just controlling one player. The AI is not good at tracking runs, so trigger runs and always take those deep through balls in behind. The next way is to be very fast, be super quick and direct. Don't give time for these defenders to recover. The AI doesn't adapt to that fast-paced game, so that's how you beat this type of defending. Then the third group. This is what this video is for. Let me break you down how you can keep the defense shape and also defend well in fc26. Okay, so when keeping the team shape, our main priority is always keeping these back 4 defenders available in their respective positions. The moment you drag one out, it's problems. You open spaces and it's very easy for the opponent to get through because you break your compact line. But understand this, it's not by rule that if you drag out one defender, you will concede. No. It's a principle to guide you on how you can defend with less risk of giving the opponent space advantage in his attack. Because when you fail to keep the defense shape organized, the opponent's players use the open spaces to make dangerous runs. Keep that in mind. So keeping the back 4 is our main priority. But in fc26, it's different story, since defending one-on-one is very difficult. Even if you keep that shape organized, the opponent can either cook your selected center back or trigger runs. And triggering runs in this game, it's the hardest thing to defend. So you get isolated where you have to track that run and also defend the ball holder. It becomes complicated. So on top of keeping our team shape organized, we add up dragging back players. Yeah, you have to manually drag back players. Every opportunity you get, drag back your wingers and midfielders to support your back 4, which creates a supportive defensive triangle. So the main principle here is to avoid over-switching to your center backs in fc26. Now you wonder why I'm saying this. Yet I said players who only control one player are rats, and it can be broken by certain playing styles, yes. The real key is knowing when to select your back 4 and when not, and it's the main lesson of this video. So, when not to switch to your back 4. 1, it's when the ball is not close to any of your back 4 players. 2 is when the opponent is not showing any intention of moving forward immediately. Then third, when there's any threatening in behind run. So in brief, when the opponent has no direct action that can let him break through your defense. For example, here, the opponent passes to his cam here. A lot of players will rush to select their center back. But here I keep control of my midfielder and apply pressure to the ball holder. Even though the opponent has this open, the opponent felt it and decided to pass the ball, which shows how your cover shadow can force his decision. Another one here, he passes to his winger. Yeah, the mistake here is rushing to select this fullback and charge. But the best option is to control a midfielder and protect the central area. Don't rush. As you see, the opponent has no any direct way of getting in behind. So no worries about my back four. So here he passes to his winger again. Now pay attention to this. The moment I select my fullback, see what happens. Even though I switch off immediately, the opponent managed to use one little push-up from my fullback and get into that space. But still, I didn't rush to select my center back. I keep on dragging back my midfielder as the pass is still on the way. The moment the opponent controls the ball, that's when I switch. But after he didn't show any intention of moving forward quickly, I switched back to my midfielder and dragged him back. So that's when not switch. Now when to switch to your back four. Switch to your center back if the opponent is showing the intention of one, dribbling past him, something like trying to use pace against that defender. Switch to your center back or fullback and defend. Then 2 is when you spot a dangerous run in behind. Don't fully trust your AI unless you have that closest player who can pressure this ball holder and block the passing angle. But if there's none, always switch to your back four and track that run manually. Then another moment is when your midfielders are too far away from the center backs or fullbacks. When the opponent passes the ball, isolating your back four, don't again chase with your midfielder who is far and won't get close in time. Switch to your back four, but don't overcommit. Apply pressure, but don't go in for a tackle if you don't fully trust the situation that you will win the ball. This example, I tried to cut the pass lane, but the opponent passes to a different player in front. So here as the ball is moving, I keep on dragging back my midfielder. The opponent passes first time and sends his striker on a run, and that's when I select one of my back four players to defend that run. So now I have to deal with the situation, but the main job is done. I didn't let the opponent isolate my back four, and he couldn't penetrate my compact defense. Another quick example, I tried to cut the pass, but I failed, and the opponent passes to his striker. Now a lot of players rush to select their center back, but I keep on dragging back my midfielder as the ball moves. He controls the ball, but still the body language of the striker is facing away from the goal, so I keep on chasing a bit. Now by the moment he turns and faces my goal, that's when I realized he's moving forward. So I switch to my back four. See, I'm applying pressure to this ball holder, but I'm not overcommitting. If I overcommit, these change of directions can bait me off. So he makes a heavy touch and I win the ball easily. So I think that's enough for you to understand when to switch and when not. But remember, these are just principles or guidelines, not rules. What you didn't understand, just leave it in the comment section and I will reply you. Thanks for watching. Are you ready for FC26? Imagine getting coached by the same people who train the best players in the world. Team Gullit has developed some of the biggest pro players in EAFC, like Manuel Bature, the FC25 world champion, and Emre Yilmaz, the FC25 E-Champions League winner. Now you can get one-on-one coaching from their experts, whether you're a casual player looking to improve or chasing the dream of going pro. What makes Team Gullit coaching special is that this isn't just watching tutorials. A Team Gullit coach analyzes your gameplay, corrects your mistakes, and gives you a clear game plan to dominate your opponents, all through a personalized one-on-one session at an affordable price. And right now, you get 10% off using the link in the description with discount code GETBETTER10.